Welcome to Titans of Terror, where we look at the men and women who have shaped the horror landscape. Today's victim, or subject, model, actor, and singer, Caroline Munro. Caroline Jane Munro was born on January 16th, 1949, in Windsor, England, where she was the youngest child of a lawyer and a housewife. As a child, she attended a convent school near Brighton. In 1966, Caroline's mother entered headshots of her to the Evening News's Face of the Year contest. Caroline won, which led to a modeling career, including work with Vogue. She eventually became a cover girl for fashion and television advertisements, which led to bit parts in a few films, including the 1967 version of Casino Royale. During this time, Caroline also tried her hand at singing, releasing a single entitled Tar and Cement. Members of the backing band included Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker, aka the band Cream. She then landed a one-year contract with Paramount, where she was cast in the 1969 comedy western A Talent for Loving. In 1971, her photographs were used in the dark comedy horror cult classic The Abominable Dr. Phibes, and its subsequent sequel, making her first exposure in a horror film. That same year, Caroline became the face of a long-running ad campaign for Lamb's Navy Rum, which caught the attention of Sir James Carreras, the chairman of Hammer Films. She was promptly signed to a one-year contract, making her the only actress to be placed under contract with that studio. Her first film for Hammer was Dracula AD 1972, opposite the incomparable Christopher Lee. It was during the making of the film where she decided to become a full-time actor. Her next Hammer film would be the leading role in Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, which was intended to be the beginning of a franchise that ultimately did not materialize, but Captain Kronos' dailies led to her being cast in 1973's The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, in which she had to basically act with a stick, as the stop motion effects were added in post-production by Ray Harryhausen. Her principles regarding nudity shaped her acting career, and she maintained her commitment to only accept non-explicit roles. In 1976, Caroline worked with Hammer's rival Amicus Productions on the British-American sci-fi fantasy film At the Earth's Core, opposite Doug McClure and Peter Cushing. She also appeared on the Angels of Death episode of the TV series The New Avengers as a nursing employee of a sinister health farm. Her next role, however, would become one of her most famous. In 1977, she turned down a role of Ursa in Superman to become a Bond girl, playing the helicopter pilot and would-be assassin named Naomi, when she appeared in The Spy Who Loved Me alongside Roger Moore. Next up, she starred opposite David Hasselhoff in the beloved Star Wars knockoff Star Crash. Star Crash would also begin her three-picture run with co-star Joe Spinell. The 1980s brought Caroline onto a series of slasher films and Eurotrash features. She played opposite Joe Spinell in William Lustig's Maniac and David Winter's The Last Horror Film. Maniac in particular went through a tough time with the ratings board due to violence. The uncut movie was actually banned in the UK until the year 2022. She also appeared in a couple of music videos, including Adam Ant's Goody Two Shoes and Meatloaf's If You Really Want To. Her own musical journey continued as she collaborated with new wave pioneer Gary Newman for the single Pump Me Up. She had a cameo role in the 1984 Christmas slasher Don't Open Till Christmas, and returned to slasher territory once more in 1986 with Slaughter High, directed by her then-husband. She then worked with two genre legends in Paul Naschy's Howl of the Devil and Jess Franco's Faceless. She ended the 80s by reuniting with Star Crash director Luigi Cozzi in his film The Black Cat. As the 1990s approached, she decided to step back from acting to concentrate on her family, only appearing in bit parts here and there. Films of this era include 1993's Night Owl, 2003's Flesh for the Beast, 2015's Vampires, 2017's Cute Little Buggers, and 2019's House of the Gorgon. In 2019, she was inducted into the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards Monster Kid Hall of Fame. An English beauty known as an actress, a model, and a singer, she frequently does loads of charity work, including organizing a convention with all profits going to Maggie's Centers for Cancer Care. She herself battled breast cancer in 2018, but emerged triumphant. She is also regarded as one of the nicest, sweetest celebrities at any horror convention. So if she's nearby, I highly recommend going to visit her. The Bat salutes the First Lady of Fantasy, Caroline Munro, a true titan of terror.